180. Drill right, 22. Let's go, heavy.
Now a play fake here on first down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
On first down, it's Stafford. That's going to be caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Prater for the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready?
On first down, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Deshaun Hand able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Operating from the gun. Herbert, he'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Off play action. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
A first down carry for Henry. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is Lewis.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down, Titans, gain of 12. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's...
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback, the team usually says, okay, we got to take care of this guy. We got to protect him. But when he goes out and plays like this on the first drive on the road, he doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Gets fielded in the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! They're on the 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
On second and a couple, Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 44-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
11. Hey, motion. Tight dog. 59.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford, catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. These two teams all tied after 1.
Watch 41. Blue 60! Hey, 5-0! He can't hang. Look at him.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Derrick Henry, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Got him in. It's Brown. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on third down. Herbert, he gets it to Brown, complete. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
A good start to the drive here. That's caught out on the left side. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson, and he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Rush in. Check 52. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Here comes the ball.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
You got to step it up. Watch the safety creep. Check, 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 check. Check. Cry red. Crunch.
Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Prater's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only give up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Uncorks one for Davis. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so you might as well not even have the penalty.
After the penalty, it's Henry. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
They'll run with Henry. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Herbert. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Trey Flowers in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the post.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Stafford now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson as the first half is winding down. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround.
Let's go. Do it. The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, Let's take control right away. Defense,
we got the lead.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Johnson. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Tackle made by Kenny Vaccaro.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with McKissick. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
First and 10 at the 32.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get in that hole. Alert flare, flare. Shift. Safe. Hey, easy. 55, middle. 55. We got alert. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Jones has it. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Stafford on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go. You tighten up.
2nd and 6. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
A carry now for McKissick. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Daquan Jones in on the tackle there. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll go again with McKissick.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Omaha, ready, move.
3rd and 2, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. To throw is Stafford. He completes it to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. 32. Hey, check 24.
Here's Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They go play action here on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
General West. 70. Indy.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Trey Flowers, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. From the gun, Herbert flushed out right. He's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They go to Johnson again. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Let's go, at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make...
It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Titans. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Refusing to go down. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learn from them?
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now they'll run with Lewis. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt off.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Titans. Adam Humphries, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game not quite over yet. We'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
They're not in any rush offensively. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. With it is Jackson. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And it'll be Titan football. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And some room to work. Derrick Henry all alone. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans have once again taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done.